Hi, fifth graders. It's Miss Rayborn here. My camera is having a little bit of trouble, so you can't see my picture, but I think that's okay because you'll still be able to see the examples. So we are finishing up our connection to your unit, who we are, talking about how beliefs and values influence human actions. And we have been talking a lot about value, the element of art value, specifically the lightness or darkness of a color. Now, you have worked really hard to learn how to create value in your artwork, mostly due to the pressure that you're putting on your pencil, whether it's a regular old 2B pencil and you're shading in grayscale, like the scale up at the top, or whether it's colored pencil. We have been learning about how value is created by using different amounts of pressure and layering and building of our colors in shading. So you're ready now to make a decision about your very final drawing, your final project for this unit. You will have a choice between whether you decide to do one full completed grayscale drawing or one full completed color drawing. I'm just showing you some examples some of the things we've talked about before. We said you might just make shaded forms if that's what you're feeling comfortable with. You just learned how to shade a form in color, a cube with Miss Deb. You just practiced that in your sketchbook. Maybe you'd like to try that with color. That's up to you. It could be images from your everyday life right now, whether you're at school or whether you're home in quarantine. It could be things like your pets. It could be places that you've visited, memories or landscapes from trips or a place that you live or even your backyard or your bedroom. It could be an abstract design, which we've talked about several times. These things also, as we said, this is an example of still life, just a pile of objects, could be in color. So this final drawing will get turned in a couple of weeks. You're going to have a little bit of time to work on this, but I want you to make a practice drawing in your sketchbook. Okay. So once you've finished with your colored cube and you've done that, I want you to turn to a new page and I want you to decide, what do you want to draw? Remember that this is entirely your choice, and that's because it's important to us that you are allowed to show your beliefs and values through the subject matter that you choose for your drawing. So pick something that means something to you, okay? So go ahead and get started on just a practice sketch in your sketchbook. Remember that it doesn't need to be a completely, totally finished drawing. You're just getting an idea of what it is that you'd like to do for your final project, for your final big piece of paper. You would also need to kind of decide today, is this going to be in color or is it going to be grayscale? So for the remainder of your time today, get a practice drawing done. If you have time, you can click over to today's enrichment assignment, which actually is a contest that is for fifth graders. So if you finished your cube and you've got your idea sketched out in your sketchbook, you could switch over to the enrichment slide, to learn about that. Miss Deb and I are so excited to see, after lots of weeks of learning about shading, what you decide to do for your final complete project, which we'll talk more about finishing up next week. So we'll see you